My first guest this morning is Miriam Haugen of Haugen's Gallery. Good morning, Miriam. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'd like to start out for our audience and give a brief history of you and our community. How long have you lived here and done business here? And just tell them the tale.
Okay, so Neil and I came here separately as college students and went to Western, although it was OCE at the time, and we met in the music department, and then during the course of our college years, we fell in love, we got married, we got sidetracked in this whole photography thing, and I grew up in a family of avid amateur photographers, so that's kind of how that happened. But in fact, some of these photographs that you're seeing probably behind us may look a little random. I just have to give you a little story. We started our studio 40 years ago. And one of the photograph of the guy, you know, with the curly hair and with the, anyway, in the dark room holding up a print, that's Neil. That is Neil when we first opened our studio. He normally combed his hair and looked very businessy, but yep, there he is.
I like that. That's a good look.
And then there's also a photograph of me sitting at a desk and puzzling over things because initially that was my job, was just to kind of keep the business part of it straight. And you've got to notice there's a typewriter over on the left. We actually had a typewriter.
Oof, tomato.
Yeah. It was no computers. It was all hand stuff.
What year did you guys first open?
So that was 1977.
Oof, my goodness.
1977, yep.
What was the biggest challenge for you guys just getting started? Was it learning the business stuff, or was it more of the photography side, or accruing clients, or?
Oh, all of it. Yeah, the business side of it. I mean, we knew nothing about business. It was pretty ridiculous. But we were willing to learn, and we had some really good mentors early on. And Clarence Palmer had a photography studio in Dallas, and he was really good about, helping us out when we needed help. We had some good, a couple down in Cottage Grove. Anyway, we made some really good contacts and people that really taught us both, how to deal with clients and how to run the business part of it. We did have this, to the new businesses starting out, we were kind of going, why aren't people coming to us? We open up and, it's crickets chirping. And it does take time. We thought, okay, people are waiting to see if we're going to last. And how are we going to last if people don't actually come and try us out?
Totally.
So it did take time, but we were patient.
Yeah,
I guess.
Patience is a challenge.
And persevered.
Perseverance is the other, the two P's of business success.
Right.
So you guys have recently, and throughout your tenure here at Haugen's Gallery, have gotten awards within the industry, and also kind of now Neil does some education.
Right.
And so how did that process get started? How did you guys get into that?
Well, one of the very first piece of advice that Clarence Palmer gave us was that you need to join the Professional Photographers of Oregon. And so we did. We joined this organization, went to our first convention, and that's where we met up with other photographers that started mentoring us. But also there's a print competition that goes on. And the first couple of years we just looked at the print competition and went, ooh, that looks scary. That's cool. And then we thought, yeah, maybe we should do that. And so we entered print competition, and it was quite the ego-bruising experience. And but again, persevered and kept learning more and more about how do you do this, and how do you make the print, the image, just sing when it comes up in front of the judge. What that really did too, beyond just making us feel good, it really pushed us to be better, and it did definitely have an effect on the work that we were doing for our clients too. We learned techniques that we never would have learned if we hadn't been pushing ourselves.
Gotcha.
And virtually all of our work that we have entered in print competition has been from regular client sessions.
Wow.
And so when we're photographing, often we push ourselves just to, okay, we're doing this, typical like high school senior session, going, okay, doing the, leaning up against the tree and all these things that people like but are not going to do anything in print competition. And then we'd go, you know what, I have this idea. Let's try something different.
Is it ever a challenge for you guys to find clients that are willing to give you that, we'll try something crazy, or is that you see most people are on board at this point?
Oh, most people, I would say, are on board. There are some people that say, no, I really don't want to do that.
I really just want us all on the tree. Yeah.
And that's fine. But usually, we're excited. We go, oh, I have this idea I've always wanted to try. And they get excited too.
Right. And well, if you're excited, it's contagious.
Yeah,
right?
and they go, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. And so then they never, they didn't always necessarily buy those photographs.
Sure.
But they were excited to be part of the process.
Oh, absolutely, and feel like a little something special happened. I love that.
Right.
And so, at what point in your guys' business journey did you guys decide to join the chamber? What were the reasons for that? And it may have been a long time ago, so I'll cut you some slack on exacts. But.
Okay, so I think we joined the chamber right off because we felt like that's what business people do, and we were trying to be were trying to be grown-up business people, even though we were like in our early 20s.
Right.
And we thought, yeah, this is important. But for many years, we were just really busy running our business. And for a long time, the only chamber meetings were noontime meetings. And to stop what I was doing and take an hour and a half out of my day to go to this meeting didn't seem like the best use of my time. So I really just paid my dues, and that was it.
And we're included, and there we go.
Right.
Exactly.
And then it really was, I don't know, 5 years ago or something that I got asked to be on the board, and I talked it over with Neil, and he said, you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to step it up and engage with the community a little bit more than we have. And so I said yes, and just realized that I really liked being a part of the organization. I was meeting all kinds of people that I hadn't really had occasion to meet, other business people, and made friends, and it's really been a great experience.
Awesome. And what kind of insight, I guess, did you get once you went from just being a chamber member to being a board member? Was there any kind of dynamic shift or lifting of the veil for you? Did you see anything or learn anything that surprised you, getting a little bit more involved in the chamber?
Well, I was a little distressed to find out that there was still this some competition between the two cities. I was going, really? I knew there was back in the 70s. I didn't realize that was still going on.
Right.
And so that was a little disheartening to me because I'm going, wow, it's two separate towns. We're just awfully small, together. Right. We're a community of a significant enough size that we could actually do stuff. And so I know the two cities have their own characters and are great, but we really, I think, can build each other up.
Absolutely. Was there ever a challenge or maybe, I don't know what we would call this, photographer's block, something like that you overcame? And did the chamber help you at all with anything like that? Or was that something that you just kind of found a solution for on your own? Or does that question make sense?
Well, yeah, I can't think of anything really that periodically I'll have, I'll have creative blocks, and I'll kind of, but, and honestly, a lot of those inspirations have come from other sources, and maybe not necessarily from the chamber.
Like your webinar addiction?
Yes, I love webinars.
Sure.
Certain webinars, certain kinds of things. I just go, ooh, that sounds interesting.
Absolutely. If there was a business out there in the audience that was kind of on the fence about joining the chamber, what would you tell them?
That people do business with people they know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that once they know you and they go, yeah, I like that person, and sure, I should try them out. That if you just stay holed up in your own little business, that that it's not going to grow, and reaching out, there's always positive things that are going to come from that. You never know what you never know what though.
Right.
The kinds of contacts that you're going to make and the people you're going to meet and how that might all pan out.
That's what my grandpa Doug told me about college. He said sometimes it's not the courses you're taking, but the people you're meeting. That's what's going to make your future what it ends up being. And I'm realizing more and more is 100% true. It's all about connection.
Yes.
And sometimes it's even crazy that a connection you might make in your personal life also impacts your business or your organization. The world is small, and it gets smaller every day, is what I'm realizing.
Right.
So you guys have been in business for 41 years. And I know you guys have some new stuff that's coming up. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to tell the folks watching what they can look forward to.
Well, people that have been going by on Main Street may have noticed, I hope, that we've been sprucing some things up and making some changes. But we are all about Santa these days. And we've created Santa Experience. And there's actually a room. There's one door that's painted red, and that's not the entrance to the business, but behind that door is Santa's workshop.
Santa lives there.
So, well, he doesn't live there. This is where he visits when he's in Monmouth. He lives at the North Pole.
Oh, I guess that's true. I wouldn't give that up either.
So,
real estate.
anyway, but he does really like coming to Monmouth. He's got friends here, and
I could see
it
that.
works out. And so the whole experience this is not like lining up. It's so totally different than the mall Santa kind of experience. But we have wardrobe for the children. We have vintage nightgowns and pajamas for them to wear. So it has the right look. Santa in the image that you're seeing, he's sprinkling his magic dust to activate their special gift that they received from Santa.
Wow.
And it is just awesome. They have milk and cookies with Santa. They paint toys and help him with the magic paint. And it is just an awesome experience. The parents are sitting there watching it and are just tearing up because they're going, oh my gosh.
What a beautiful
It is
memory
really a
they get
way
to have.
for I think for us to tap into that inner child.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tap into the inner 5-year-old Miriam when I'm doing this, and for the parents and grandparents to remember that too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And for more information on Santa Experience stuff, they can check out your website or give you a call.
So yeah, on the regular Haugens Gallery website, there actually isn't anything about Santa on that. We have a separate website called Santa Experience Oregon.
His own website.
Yes, SantaExperienceOregon.com. And I probably should have a link that's on my regular website. That's probably silly that I don't, but right now I don't.
The things we don't think of until we get asked. I'm sorry, Miriam.
So I've kind of treated it as a separate thing. I don't want people going to a regular website and getting, and seeing, high school seniors and families and things necessarily, or the people that are coming looking for that to get confused anyway.
Right. Gotcha.
But I probably should still have a link between the two.
Awesome. And is this your first year or second year doing the Santa Experience proper, the way that it is now?
We're building it. I've been doing portraits with Santa for a number of years, and so I had quite a following, and we did little bits and pieces of this, but not like it is now. Last year was our first year doing Santa Experience, and we've just really made it all much more magical this year.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I just wanted to encourage any of our audience members to really think of Miriam if you're looking for anything special for the holidays. She's a local business. They've been here forever, and it would be a great way to support your community. And you get to see Santa, which for those of us who haven't seen him in decades, it's a good opportunity to catch up with him yourself and
You bet.
check in, see how he's doing. So Miriam, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time with me today, and we'll have some more guests when we come back on Chamber Chat.